Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm still playing Genesis. This is the second video of turn 2, 1650 to 1600, and we've seen that Babylon is in quite some trouble. Assyria brings a lot of pressure onto them, but they can hold their capital. That is pretty safe. The other cities are pretty much in danger. Syria has chariots. They are the only power that has chariots, so therefore it's hard to fight them in open battle. Another upcoming conflict is the one between Mitanni and the Hittites. Baratana, he comes now from the north. He managed to capture Argani, Ishuva, and Malatia, and is now heading toward the homeland of the Hittites. You can see the capital is not very well protected. Only a single soldier and a 4-defense city, but it is still not bad. And these troops, there are not too many here. We got 7 troops here, I think. No, not even that. 6 troops. So I'm not sure if I really want to risk an attack here. But it might be a good idea for Hattusili to somehow try to take care of that problem. Okay, let's see who goes next. Okay, we have the Egyptians. That's their second marker. They're basically going to try to drive the sea people out of their homeland. That's a local insurrection. The player removes 1 peasant unit from any city belonging to any player. Well, that's not bad. They can remove this one. That's pretty awesome, because that's a powerful city with full strength in full defensive strength, and this is now gone for the Hittites. So definitely a great card. So let's see if they are, I'm going to do this off camera, if the Egypt managed to at least destroy this single unit here. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to do that with this force here. Okay, so we managed to do this. We've lost 1 unit here. Another 5 units here in Tanis. I got 3 movement points left. What I can do now is, and only the Egypt can do this, I can do now a naval movement. I can move up to 5 units from one port that I control to another port that I control. So, and that costs me exactly 3 movement points. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these guys, move them from this port to that port, following these lines here. So I end up in Zeiss. And now I can actually move down here, unite with that force, in the next turn at least, and then bring the Pharaoh with these 3 guys. So then we have a combined force of 11, which might just be enough to bring these 9 guys away. I mean, 5 people here, that doesn't help me at all. So therefore, I think it's a good idea to unite these forces. And to do this, I got to come up with this kind of tricky solution, because I cannot walk by these guys, pass by the sea people troops here. Okay, let me see, anything else I can do? Hire some units? Well, I could if I had the money, but I'm not sure if I really want to. I have the money actually, but I might save it to buy some chariots later on. I could do some minor movements. Maybe I can move a peasant over here to Tanis and there rebuild the city defenses. Okay. So let's see. Oh boy, that's only a 1. But okay. Why not? Well, what I could do is, I don't have to move this guy. I can simply stay here and try it again with the other one. So I can do my second minor action, roll a die, and that's a 2. That's still not enough, but it brings me a little closer at least. Okay. So I think I'm done with Egypt now. Just wanted to show you this naval movement. And yeah, let's do a few more activations. I'll be back when something interesting happens. So we've seen a Hittite turn and an Egypt turn, and this was basically just some maneuver action. The Hittites were very lucky. They rolled a 6 as their movement roll, and they hired some units in Aleppo, in Karkemish, and in Zumur, where the king started, Hattusili. And that allowed him then actually to move, he could move 9 spaces, so it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, grabbing these units here, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the king is now here with a decent army of, wow, of actually 12 units here in this transit space, and it's pretty clear that the Mitanni will not try to attack the Hittite Empire in this situation. The Egypt managed to move down here, pick up the Pharaoh, and they now have here also a nice army of 11 units, so that could be enough to drive these guys off. In addition, they rebuilt the walls of Tanis, and yeah. And finally, we see now some interesting maneuver from the Babylonians. They try to slip through here from Babylon to Nippur with 5 units. Then Nippur is actually quite nice defended. They have 7 plus a 3 wall, so that's then that would then be 10 obviously. But the problem is, of course, the king might be able to intercept, but it's not going to be that easy. So first we're going to roll a die to see how far we can move. If we roll only a 1, this thing is doesn't okay. So yeah, then it probably doesn't make too much sense anyway, so I'm going to stay in Babylon. Shit. That sucked. Okay, that was sad. Well, okay, let's see what happens next. So in Babylon was kind of lucky. They just managed to get their next activation marker, so they can try it again now. Let's see what they roll for their 5 units. Okay, this time it was a 2, but that's just enough to give it a shot. So we move down here, and let's see now if the other guy can intercept. We have here the tactical rating is a 1, and that's basically it. Intercepting from a city space. Okay, so that's a 4. So he needs an 8 or higher to be successful here. And he doesn't have that, which is good. But now there is another chance here. Can try it again. And again, he didn't make it. So that was lucky now for the Babylonians, because now these cities are, well, kind of safe, maybe. And yeah, kind of both of them. I mean, we have here 6 plus 6, so basically 12 defense strength in here, and here it's now 10. So I think the Babylonian Empire might be safe. The Assyrians must move around like this, and well, we'll see what they will do. But I think they were kind of lucky here. Okay, so the Hittite player might now be really in bad trouble because he has drawn this rebellion card. The player rolls 1d6 for each city space he controls, that is 6 or more spaces from his capital, not counting the capital space. If the die roll is more than the number of infantry plus peasant units occupying the space, the city is in revolt. So let's see, that could be very painful for him now, but it's not sure. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Carchemish is just safe, but we start here with Aleppo. So let's see. Okay, we have a revolt here. Now, boy. Can the revolt be suppressed? I think it actually can. Here. When a city revolts, the player rolls 1d6 to determine whether the player compares the die roll to the sum of the city's DS and EW minus the number of infantry units in the space. If the die roll is higher, the revolt is suppressed. Okay, now let's see. Okay, Aleppo only has a 1 here, so if we roll more than a 1, it's fine. So no problems here. Now what about Ugarit? So if we roll higher than 2, yeah, okay, so now we got to see. We got to roll again higher than 2. It's the economic worth is 4 minus 2. That's a 2. So if we roll more than 2, it's fine. Yeah, no problems here too. So here, if we roll more than a 1, Hamad will revolt. That's the case, but again we have here a 2. So 2 minus 1. No, it's the infantry units. There's only a peasant in there. So a 2. Okay, it's all fine here. It's looking good, actually. Quatna. Okay, so that could be a problem. Quatna rolls a die if they roll more than 3. So lucky here too. Kadesh. Okay, we got here 2 units. So, oh no, wait a. Yeah, that's exactly. So we have a revolt here, and Kadesh has 3 minus 1. So also here, if we roll a 1 or 2, the revolt is successful, but that's not the case. So it's looking really good here. Zumur, if we roll higher than a 1, we have a revolt. Yes, but because this thing only has, yeah, they cannot even revolt because they only have an economic value of 1. So the Hittites were really lucky here. I mean, they had a good chance that not too bad things happened, but here and there, a 1 or a 2 would have been pretty painful. But anyway, nothing too bad here. Okay, we've seen the Hittites grabbing Lavazantia with their pretty big army, but they didn't have enough movement points to move toward Malatia. And the Assyrians, they had 2 activation markers, and they used these now to removed their force from here, from Kish. It's destroyed anyway. And they raped all these small cities here, Akshak, Der, Avan, and also Susa, which is a big one. And that is pretty awesome. They left 2 units in Susa with a slave, and that slave has rebuilt a small part of the city walls here. They didn't have any more money, so they couldn't do it. In addition, they have this Begad effect card here, which allows you to move a peasant unit into an independent city, and in this way they gained Dur Sharukin. So they are now also in a really comfortable position, controlling the biggest part of the eastern map here. That's well, quite a big empire. I mean, okay, these cities are not worth too much. 1 point, 2 points. The only bigger one is Susa, but still, I mean, that's that definitely makes them one of the powerful players here. Okay, we got 4 activation markers left now. And we see Hittite moving again. And we got 2 of Mitanni and 1 Egyptian activation marker. So, well, the Hittite can try to attack the Mitanni force here. Might make sense. Okay, so Hattusili is trying to attack Malatya, controlled by Baratana, and Baratana is trying to withdraw. So he rolls a die, and now that is not enough, because he needs 2 movement points to withdraw into that mountain space. So therefore, he cannot withdraw. He cannot reach the mountains before the Hittite army reaches him. So we'll actually see a battle here. And we have 1, 4, let's see, this is 3, 6 units. And the other guy has 10 units. That's not great. The Mitanni player can play a tactical surprise though, so that's 2 battle die roll shifts. Maybe we should go for that. We can also play the assassination. I wonder if I should do that. Well, that's a single shift. I think I'm not going to play that card right now. But I'm going to play the tactical surprise. That's a good idea, I guess. And so let's see. Might be a close battle, but we'll see about that. So first it's 10 versus 6. So that's only a single shift. That's not so great. And then 2 shifts because of the higher tactical rating in favor of this guy, plus the ambush, so we're talking 4 shifts. So it's 3 shifts overall against the Hittite player. Well, maybe it wasn't a good idea to attack here, but I mean, he had the higher force and he couldn't know about the tactical surprise card, so I guess it was okay to give it a shot. Okay, now that's pretty bad for the Hittites. So that means the Hittites lose 60% and Mitanni loses only Mitanni loses only 10%. So the Hittite lose 6 units. Wow, that sucks. So they're down to 4. And the Mitanni lose only 1. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, let's see the leader loss roll. The Hittite player goes first. Ah, that was close, but he's still alive. What about the other guy? He's also fine. Now we can roll for the money that the Mitanni lost. Or the Hittite lost. 30% off. Wow, that's quite a bit. Oh, that's painful. 19. So they lose $6 to the Mitanni player. That sucked. Okay. Wow. Not sure what they do now. Okay, so here's the thing. The Hittite have now a pretty weakened army here. I mean, what they can do is they can still hire. They have now 5 movement points left. So the decision to make is now, do they want to hire a few more units here and hold out in this position? Or do they want to retreat, maybe back to Hattusa and defend that city over there? Because Mitanni still has 2 activation markers. The Hittites, though, have none remaining. That's a tough decision. Okay, that's 3, 4, 5 units. Would bring us to 7 units. He's definitely better. Wow, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Maybe it is actually a better... I don't know. On the other hand, it takes time to attack this city and grab it. It takes time to attack this city. So it's not, well, maybe not that much this one. I don't know. Hard to tell. I'm really not sure if I want to move back to Hattusa and basically leave Mitanni the option to enter the Hittite spaces and destroy some cities or something. Or if I want to stay there and risk losing that smaller army and then maybe even Hattusa itself. Okay, so Hattusli decided to stay in Lavazantia, hired 2 more units, and he also hired 2 additional units here at Karkemish, just to make safe that Baratarna will not attack here over the mountains, or it's going to be hard for him at least. Okay, now let's see who goes next. And we have Mitanni going next. Yeah, what are we going to do with these guys? Hard to tell. Not so much, I guess. Maybe we can grab Zamuta up here. I don't think it makes a lot of sense to try to grab Lavazantia. This army is simply too big, right? And, well, I'm not sure what else we could do, actually. The Mitanni didn't do too much. They have rebuilt the walls of Malatia with the slaves they got out of the battle against Hattusli. And they hired 2 units down here in Mari, and that's basically all they did. Now they've drawn another tactical surprise, which is kind of cool, and the traitor, they're going to play the traitor, and they're going to play that traitor against the Hittites. They're going to draw one of these cards. They're both shit, but they don't know that, so they draw the naval power card, which doesn't help them at all. And now in addition, they're going to pay $2 and hire 2 additional units in Mari. And now let's see. Okay, what we can do now is overall there are now 6 units there. We could take even all of these. Why not? Okay, and then we can try to attack Tatmar. But that's not going to be so easy. But I might even take the king with me. Yeah, I can do that. So I'm going to go now into this into my major move action. And let's see. That's a 2. That's not great. With the king it's a 4. But it's a 5, but that's not going to be enough. I can move the king with 1 movement point here to Mari, use a second to grab these troops. Then it would be 3, 4, 5, and that's not enough to attack. So, well, basically, I cannot do a lot here. What I could do is, though, I could take some of these. I can't do it that easy either. Shit. I cannot even attack Zamutal with a 5. Yeah, that was a pretty nasty roll, actually. Not good at all. Okay, there's not a lot I can do, I guess. So, and I decided it would be the king. If I had said, hey, oh no, then it would only be a 2 because I could not take the campaign rating. If I rolled with them, I could also only get here. So it wouldn't make a difference. Okay, yeah, that's basically all that happened for the Mitanni here. We draw the last activation marker, Egypt. They're going to try now to kill the sea people. That's not going to be easy. The Mitanni, not knowing what else to do, they're going to play an assassination card against Apepi, and it's quite likely going to be successful. Oh no, it isn't. Okay, so that gives now Apepi actually this card. And I think we haven't seen a single successful assassination. I think we've seen 4 or 5 attempts, but not one successful one. Okay, so what is he gonna do? Well, he's gonna pay $1. Actually, the assassination attempt should have done during the action phase of our Apepi, but okay, that's Baal. Player it's time to pay Baal and all those priests running those temples. Player must pay $2 for each of his controlled home kingdom city spaces with a monument. Well, there is no monument anywhere, so no problems here. And now, let's see how many movement points we get. 3. That's not great. It's 4 because of the campaign rating of... No, it is actually already included. So we have 3. That sucks. It means we only have a single run, a single attempt to get Heliopolis. It's probably not going to be good enough. Shit. Okay, so let's go for it anyway. We have here 11 units versus 9. Wow, I'm not even sure if we get any success here. I doubt it. Any shift. 11 versus 9. No shift here. 2 shifts here for the tactical rating. But that's definitely not going to be enough to destroy these guys. Anyway, I'm going to try it. Oh, that was good. That was very, very good. So I can bring this up to 80%. That's not bad. That means these guys lose. Well, oh no, wait a minute. They gain 2 more shifts on their favor. So that means actually the shifts even out. So we have 60% versus 10. Still, I was very lucky here. That means I will lose a single unit. Okay. But the other guys probably lose 6 if I'm not mistaken. No, only 5 actually. Still, that was a very good attack. It's sad that we don't have a second one though. That kind of sucks. But okay. So, we got to regroup here. I wonder if it is actually possible to force these guys to retreat. Maybe into this transit space. I'm not sure about that. Let's find out. We still have 1 movement point left. I think you can actually force someone to retreat by spending an additional movement point. That would be pretty good, because then we could control Heliopolis again. So yeah, it actually does work that way. We can spend our last movement point to force these guys to retreat. They have to retreat here into this space. We can do this because they cannot use the city for defense, because the city is unfortified. So that means now we control the city again, which is definitely cool. And yeah, these guys are sitting now here on that transit space. So I'm pretty sure they will suffer from isolation. And but they will actually suffer 10% less if you retreat. They don't suffer, well, it's still 5. Yeah, they don't suffer 60 but only 50% loss, but that's the same thing, it's also 5. So fine, that was, well, kind of a final success for the Egyptians during that turn, which wasn't too great for them otherwise. Okay. So, the cup is empty. We've made it through the second turn. It was much faster than the first one, obviously. And it's interesting. I mean, the Hittites are still very, very powerful. But it's not like after the first turn where you really thought, hey, there is absolutely nobody possibly threatening them or something. This is not the case here. It is still, it feels a bit like Mitanni is also a very powerful empire now, also Assyria. So although I think Assyria on the long run will not hold all these cities here, I'm pretty sure Babylon will strike back and force Assyria a little bit back into their homeland, or maybe they can hold this area, but the Babylonians might get these cities, maybe Susa. We will see about all that. But it's definitely interesting. It's things are pretty much open. Egypt, well, they still have a good chance. I mean, there are still some valuable cities here and here, So if they now draw a good pharaoh, and also Byblos is not yet captured by the Hittites, so if they now draw a good pharaoh, they might absolutely be able to to come back, even though this turn was more or less lost. Okay, so now we got to discard a few cards here. Go back to one card. Wow. Okay, just like that, I think. And yeah, then we're pretty much done. So I hope to see you in the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.